So when a realtor or a buyer asks me, how long do I have the property in a contract? Okay. I would never tell them how long I have the property in a contract for, because I don't want the buyer to wait until my contract expires and try to go behind my back and scoop up the deal from me. So whether a buyer asks me or an agent who asks me, I would always distract them and I would say, hey, if the price makes sense for you and if you like the property, how soon can you close? You see, you want to be able to control the conversation. It's your deal. It's not their deal. It's none of their business how long you got under contract for until they decided to move forward with you. Once they sign the contract, once they drop off that non-refundable deposit, dude, and I typically want them to have as much skin in the game as possible. So typically we would get our buyer to put between $5,000 to $10,000, depending on how big the deal is. Okay. Sometimes we even have them drop off a $20,000 non-refundable. So once they drop off the non-refundable, now I know that they are legit. They have skin in the game. I'll tell them when the closing date would be, and that's it, right? So until then, dude, I would not say anything, okay? Nothing, nada. All right, comment the word me, TikTok family. If you have a question you want to jump on live. For every one of you on TikTok or on YouTube, I also want to ask you this question that I just asked everyone on TikTok is, what do you guys think about the new tax thing that Trump just came out with? So if you make between $28,000 to $150,000 or $150 something, you have to pay 20% to Uncle Sam. And if you make between $150,000 to $900,000, you only pay 15%. And for those that makes above $900,000, you only pay 1%. So what is your guys' take on that? Okay. I think majority of the people are not going to like it because majority of the people don't make that much money. So they end up paying to pay more and they feel like the rich is paying less, right? Now, in my personal opinion, is that in my personal opinion, whether you like it or don't like it, it doesn't matter, right? You can't change it. So my whole thing is, dude, learn to play hate the game, don't hate the player. All right? So you need to learn how to play the game, my friend, or you're going to be played by the game. Okay? Those are the options. So which means a lot of you, if you are a W-2 earner, if you don't make enough money, your whole priority, dude, your goal, whether this law came out or didn't came out, your goal should always, dude, make a lot of money, make more money, right? Increase your income. Okay? Like your goal should get to that 1% of earner, man. Because I think when you get to that 1%, that's when life becomes good. Okay? But also too is, if you have a W-2 earner, what you need to do is you need to listen. The tax code is made for entrepreneur, not for employee. If you are an employee, dude, you're going to end up paying way more taxes than the rich. So what you need to do is you need to learn the tax loophole. How can I pay? How can I make more money and pay less to Uncle Sam legally? Now, I'm not a tax expert. I'm not giving you any legal advice. Okay? Please do your own research and check with your CPA. But in my personal opinion, if it was my family member and they are just a W-2 earner, I would tell them that they need to go and start a business, go and create an LLC. It's only going to cost you between $250, all right, to $500 to create an LLC to become a business owner. Now that you have an LLC, you can write off a lot of things against your income so that way you pay less to Uncle Sam. Now, for those of you on YouTube, you're watching this, if you're looking to get your LLC set up by a professional, and the people that I use to get mine set up to protect my asset from my personal, all the legal stuff, and protect yourself from a lawsuit and all that, I'll leave the link down below, and you can check them out. They do free consultations, so you can call them, chat with them. They can give you some tips, some advice, and then hopefully guide you down the right path with the right people, okay? So, I mean, listen, as a entrepreneur, as a business owner, let's just say that you take a vacation trip, but on that vacation trip, you actually do business. Okay, as long as there's business involved on that trip, man, taking a business client out to eat. For example, if you're a real estate investor, if you go out, look at properties, making offer on properties, dude, you can. Now, once again, I'm not a tax expert. Okay, this is not illegal advice, but you can write off that whole entire vacation trip. Okay, let's just say that you use your car for business. You can start calculating the mileage, the gas you put in there, man. All of those can be write off against your income. So once again, you pay less to Uncle Sam because it's business related. You can also turn one of the bedroom in your house into an office space and rent it back to you, and then claim that on your tax. So once again, it's a tax loophole, okay? But you can legally write off those expenses against your income, so you pay less to Uncle Sam. So let's just say that you make $50,000 a year, and you decided to start your business this year, and by the end of 2025, you know, you have spent over $25 or $30 or $40,000, you know, to launch and kickstart your business because of all the equipment, the stuff that you have bought. So you didn't really make any money. Well, you could have claimed all that expense and even the loss against your income. And a lot of times, dude, for a new business owner, you don't make money, dude. Sometimes you don't pay anything to Uncle Sam. Okay? Once again, you only pay tax on your earned income, not debt. And this is another tax loophole, and this is how the rich get richer without paying a whole lot of money to Uncle Sam. You got to understand the biggest cost in business or in life is taxes. Typically, Uncle Sam would take 40 to 50%, you know, of your money. So if you can save 40 to 50% a year, dude, that's 40 to 50% going back into your pocket. Once again, learn how to play the game or be played by the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay? So what you need to do is learn how to play the game. And once you start to accumulate some money, what you need to do is you can buy some rental property. And by buying that piece of real estate, okay, you can do what's called a depreciation. So you can write off that property for over 27 and a half years. Okay, you can write that property against your income. So once again, it will reduce the amount of money you make. And once you reduce the amount of money you make, which is your earned income, then you pay less to Uncle Sam. And that's why rich people love real estate. They do not buy real estate for cash flow. They all tell you it's cash flow because they have something to sell you. But honestly, when you buy real estate, it's not about the cash flow. To them, it's about the tax benefit. Because let's just say you make $1 million, you would have paid Uncle Sam $400,000, but instead you went and bought a piece of real estate. So now you save $400,000, and you took that $400K, you put it into a piece of real estate, and you own that asset. The asset pays for itself because you rent it out to somebody. So whether you get cash flow from it or not, you don't care. But you know that you just saved 400 G's. That is what's important to the rich, my friend. Because if they're making 10 million a month, do you care if they bring in $1,000 a month? Like, let's just say, actually, let's be real. If you make $1 million a year, would you care if that rental property pays you? Dude, the most it pays you is $250 to $500 a month. That's called cash flow. Would you care if you are a millionaire? If you're making $1 million plus a year, would you care? Dude, you wouldn't even think about it. Because that, my friend, is pennies to you. Pennies. That's probably how much it costs you to fill up your Ferrari gas tank, baby, in a week. So you wouldn't even care. But what you do care about is saving that $400,000 on your taxes. Make sense? And it's the safest and the most secure place for you to park your money. better than crypto, better than stocks. Okay? And that's why it's a place for them to store their wealth. Okay? Their money to hedge against inflation. And by the time you own that property for 30 years, once that property is paid off, that's when you really, really get the cash flow. Okay? But you still got to pay tax on that cash flow. So you know how you don't pay tax on the cash flow? Dude, here's another tax loophole that I'm going to share with you guys that's going to blow you away. I paid $30,000 to learn this one tax loophole that will change the game for you. And I'm going to share it to you guys completely for free. So if you enjoy this content, you're like, Khang, this adds so much value to me, then boom, smash that thumbs up. TikTok family, make sure you double tap the screen and show your boy King Khang some love. But I'm about to drop you some bomb. And if you're new to the family, be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. So here's what the rich do to pay absolutely no money at all. So when they go and they buy a piece of real estate, it already saved them 40% to 50%. Let's just say that you get $1,000 in cash flow, right? But let's just say you own a lot of units. Let's just say that now you bring in $20,000 a month in cash flow. Well, guess what, my friend? You still have to pay tax on that cash flow, right? It's still considered earned income. So here's what the rich, the ultra smart rich people do. So now what they do is they take that cash flow income, they take that $20,000 and they put it towards their next rehab project. And once they fix that property up, then what they do, my friend, is they do what's called a cash out refi. So they will pull the equity out of the property, put a loan on it, and that, my friend, the money that they're able to pull out of the property, that, my friend, is what they actually live on, because that's not considered an earned income, but it's considered a DEBBT. It's a debt. So let's just say that you own, okay, watch this. So let's just say you got another piece of property that you're going to buy. That's going to be like, that you're going to buy for $100,000. You take your earned income for me, it's from wholesaling. For you, it could be from whatever else, right? Drop shipping, day trading, I don't care what it is, right? So I'm going to take my earned income. I'm going to buy the property for $100,000. Then that property is going to need another $20,000 to rehab. I'm going to take the cash flow, the $20,000 that I made for my rental property. I'm going to put it into the rehab. Once I fix my property up, now my property is going to worth, let's just say $300,000. And I have in it, it's $120,000. Then I go to the bank and I do what's called a cash out refi, my friend. So which means I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to put a loan on it. So if I take $300,000, dude, this is TikTok family. If you're like Khang, you're dropping bomb. Then make sure you double tap the screen, give this video a share. So now I'm going to take $300,000 times 75%. So the bank will loan you $225,000. So now I'm going to take $225,000 minus the $120,000 that you have in, because the bank's going to pay you back that $120,000. Okay, so $225,000 minus $120,000, which means you get back $105,000, and that, my friend, is tax free. You don't pay any of that. You don't pay any of that to Uncle Sam, because it's not considered an earned income, but a debt. Because the bank is going to loan you. The bank's going to put a new loan on that property for $225,000, and you get it back $105,000, but it's a debt. It's a loan. It's a loan that the bank loaned you. But guess what? Your renter is the one who's paying off the debt, not you. This is how the ultra rich build wealth. Okay, and this is how they build generational wealth, by leveraging the bank's money to actually create generational wealth. Okay. So, because you rent that property out, that property, the renter is the one who's paying for your mortgage of $225,000. Boom! That, my friend, is the key to staying rich and keep as much money in your pocket as possible. Once again, fam, learn how to play the game or be played by the game. Don't hate the game, man. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. All right? And when you get good at the game, you will enjoy to play the game. But when you're not good at it, dude, you gotta feel like you're being raped. Okay, let's go. What up, TikTok family? Once again, comment the word me. I'll love to bring you on live and let's rock and roll. Okay, any question you got, or you want to do a cold call role play, dude, this is gold. Oh, YouTube family, I have a very, very big announcement that I want to make. And I don't think that you want to miss out on this opportunity, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I will only do this once, and I only do this for X amount of people. So this is first come, first serve. Once we hit that X amount of people, dude, then I can't do it anymore. Here's what I'm talking about. So for those of you who heard me talking about the software, which is kingdata.ai, we have done so many videos about it. It's truly a one-stop shop. That's where I go to pull my motivated seller lead, tax delinquents, probate, divorce, absentee owner, pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, people who are upside down on their property, inherit property, like any list that you can think of. Okay, that's where I go to find my off-market deal. And that's also where you go to find your buyers. That's also where you can go to send out your direct mail. That's also where you can go and post your deals to other buyers, just like you post on Facebook Marketplace. Okay? And they just also came out with a dialer. It's included in that software. So they want to make sure that when you sign up for this, it's everything that you needed for your wholesaling business. And you don't need to, and it's not just for wholesaling. You want to fix and flip, you want to buy and hold, you need to look for deals. And that's where you go and you find deals, my friend. It's also a way for you to also get access to like MLS without a realtor license. And that's where you also go to skip trace. Now, here is what I'm going to offer to you. Now, once again, this is first come, first serve, only for a limited amount of people, because I can't afford to give this out to everybody. So when you go there, the skip tracing is going to cost you about 10 cents to skip trace an address. So if you were to skip trace a 2,000 address, it would have cost you over $200. Here's what your boy King Kong is going to do for you, okay? Regardless if you sign up for the basic plan or the pro plan. Now, for those of you who already have the software, I am going to pay for your skip tracing for lifetime. As long as you have the software, I'll pay for it, and I'll pay for it unlimited skip tracing. Now, I don't want you to take I'm trying to come up with the word here. I want you guys to use it, but I don't want you guys to waste it, which means if you don't need the data, don't skip trace it, because you're costing me money. Okay? So I will pay for your skip tracing. So which means the software is like free. Even if you don't use anything else in the software, just skip trace 2,000 people, it would already pay for itself. Imagine if you skip trace 10,000 people. That would have cost what? Over $500. It's going to come out of my pocket. Once again, this is only for a limited amount of people. So for those of you who already have the software, just give us about 5 days. The company they're working on it, where when you go into your dashboard, they're working on it where when you skip trace, it's going to be free on your end, but they're going to pull the money out of my account. So if you want to take advantage of it and sign up so you can lock in your spot and then just check, and then just check. You can use all the other tools, but for the skip tracing, just come back in 5 days. It should say that it is free with unlimited skip tracing. Okay? So if you want to take advantage of it, just go to kingdata.ai. Once again, I don't care if you sign up for the basic plan or for the pro plan. I will pay for your skip tracing. Unlimited. So I don't care if you just want to skip trace 1 or 20 or 100,000 people. Going to come out of my pocket. And I think that's the best that I can do for you. And it's the way for me to give back to those of you who've been, supporting, following me. And I think that's that's the way that I can give back, that can contribute the most in your life. That's going to make an impact in your life. Because I know a lot of you said, okay, Khang, skip tracing can get extremely expensive. Okay? But if I can take care of it, then there you go. Once again, the info's there. The choice is up to you. So there's nothing that you need to do once you sign up. Okay? Once you sign up, there's nothing that you have to do. You just go into your dashboard, and if you go skip trace, give us 5 days or so from today that I launched this video. And when you go in there, it's going to say your skip tracing is free. It's already been taken care of, okay? So there's nothing that you have to do. Now, once we hit that limit amount of people, you know, it's going to show that, you know, obviously you would have to pay for it, okay? So as long as you're able to sign up on the software and you're able to go in there and the skip tracing is free, then you're good to go, okay? Let's rock and roll here, man. What other question you guys got, TikTok family? Someone said King Data is expensive, something a month. Well, the thing is, you know, a lot of times people think it's expensive, but what is expensive to you? You know, what's expensive to you might be cheap to other people. So let me ask you a really easy question. If I tell you, hey, if you're willing to invest $149 in return to make $25,000 potentially, nothing is promised, right? But that's where I go and get my leads. That's where I go and find my buyers. That's where I go and skip trace. And even now, your skip tracing is being paid for. So you're telling me it's still expensive. So you're telling me that, oh, I'm not willing to risk the 149. So then, dude, no risk, no reward. Scare money ain't gonna make money. That's all I gotta say. So when you say 149 is expensive, but then not getting a deal, which one is more expensive? Because to me, man, the best deal that you can get is off-market deal. A lot of you spend too much time with on-market deals. That's why you haven't got a deal. Because everything you look at, every other investor have already looked at. And now you've got to deal with an agent. You get, you know, so you got to follow their time frame. You got to put your earnest money deposit. You got to send them proof of funds. All of this BS. But if you're able to connect with a seller that's off market, that only talks to you, you get to control the deal more, right? You can control the deal. There's no, typically, dude, you don't have to put out any earnest money deposit. Or if you build enough rapport with the seller. And if you do, dude, it can be as little as $10. Okay? And listen, entrepreneur, wholesaling is not for everybody, right? Building a business is not for everybody. Okay? Some of you, dude, you complain about building a business because it's hard. It's too much risk. And you also whine and complain about working for somebody else as an employee. Listen, man, building a business is hard. Working for someone else is also hard. Choose your hard. Okay? That's all I got for you. That's all I got to say. Okay? So, YouTube family, I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate each and every single one of you that are here. And I hope those of you who take advantage of this opportunity, all right? And all I got to say is, dude, you're welcome. Until next time, take care. And let's go get this money.